Hi, this is Radek. In this video, you're going to see what to do when your horse gets scared of something. You will see how to react, how to get your horse comfortable with the scary object, and how to gain his attention and respect while doing all that. I'm also going to show you a system on solving basically any other problem you might have with your horse. So, keep watching the video until the end. In this video, you are going to see a 6-year-old gelding called Jack. Jack is afraid of the drone that's nearby on the ground. He doesn't want to get near it. So, I start doing small circles. I do small circles to get my horse to pay more attention to me and less attention to the drone that he's scared of. While riding on small circles, you are going to get a good idea about how much attention your horse is actually paying to you. You will be able to tell if he's getting more relaxed, and you are also going to be able to tell when he gets even more scared. My aim and what's important is to be riding on small circle while gradually getting closer and closer to the thing that your horse is afraid of. Sometimes it might not be very easy to get closer. Your horse is likely to be trying to get further from what he's afraid of. Every time I go towards the drone, I try to push Jack closer and closer using my inner leg. I use it to basically push him outside of the circle, slightly closer to what he's afraid of. These are the moments when you are really going to appreciate if your horse is able to move sideways, away from the pressure of your leg. As soon as I want to change direction and get closer to the drone, Jack panics, stops listening to me and runs away. In this case, you have to get your horse to stop, turn around and get back to the place from which he ran away. Jack is now really scared and almost completely ignores what I want from him. I won't even be able to ride on small circles. So, I make everything even simpler. When Jack wants to jump to the right, I turn to the left. When he wants to jump to the left, I turn him to the right. It's important to react as quickly as possible. If he starts to back up, I try to stop him as soon as possible and go back as close to the drone that he's afraid of as possible. When your horse gets scared, you can only be asking him to do the simplest things. I try to get as close to the thing that my horse is afraid of as possible. Most of the time, I'm not even able to go on a circle. However, even though I have to keep Jack occupied, trying to get him to pay more attention to me and less attention to what he's afraid of, I always want him to do what I ask, even when I want something very simple. For example, I walk forward a few steps, then I turn around and I go back a few steps. I keep repeating it. When I turn around, I always turn around facing whatever my horse is afraid of. If I was turning away from what my horse is scared of, I would make it easier for him to try to run away. As soon as I get Jack to calm down and pay more attention to me, I can get back to riding on small circles. Now, I don't need to get right next to whatever my horse is scared of. I just need some time to go around on a small circle. Or just go there and back while getting closer and closer. This way your horse will have a chance to discover that it's okay and that he doesn't have to be afraid to get a little bit closer. However, it has a catch. While I'm looking for a way to get my horse closer to the thing that he's afraid of, he's most likely going to be looking for a way to get further away from it. Right now, Jack knows what I want very well. However, he's just thinking about how to avoid it. Over time, he's going to try everything he can think of that could help him get further from the drone that he's afraid of. He's going to try to run away, gradually get further, he's going to try to back up, or he's just going to stop and stand still, refusing to go forward. What I really like, however, is that he's not bucking or trying to get rid of me. Some horses might not be like him, and they might, for example, start bucking just to get further from what they are scared of. Right now, I'm not trying to force my horse to go straight next to the drone that he's afraid of. I'm trying to be going as close to it as I can, while still making sure that my horse is paying attention to me and listening to what I want. I use just enough pressure to make sure Jack listens to the simple things I want. I don't use too little pressure because he would start ignoring me, and I don't use too much because it's not necessary and it will just make him more stressed. I just want him to be gradually getting closer and discovering for himself that there's nothing to be afraid of. If I used too much pressure, especially using whip or spurs, I would just be trying to overcome Jack's fear of the drone by even bigger fear of me. This way, he would be getting even more stressed instead of calming down. Now I can see that Jack is not panicking anymore and his attitude is starting to change. It changed especially in a way that Jack stopped thinking about just mindlessly trying to get away from it. He started to be cautiously interested in it. In most of the cases, I would not let my horse to keep looking at the thing that he's scared of. It's important to pay attention to the way your horse behaves. Pay attention to the way your horse reacts when you ask him to do something. Is he relaxed or is he tense? Is his behavior improving or is it getting worse? I felt that Jack is no longer as scared as he was, and I felt like he just needs a little encouragement to get closer to the drone so he can get relaxed, realizing that there's nothing to be afraid of. I just kept going around the drone, leaving it up to Jack to decide how quickly he wants to get closer to it. I was only focusing on making sure he doesn't try to get further from it. At this time, I was sure that Jack will eventually approach the drone by himself, and I didn't care whether it's going to happen 2 minutes sooner or later. You can see how much Jack got relaxed when he discovered that the drone is not dangerous. Helping your horse to get rid of his fear and realize that something is not dangerous is going to help him to increase his self-confidence and his respect towards you. If you have a horse that gets scared easily, you can completely change the way that he behaves just by showing him that he doesn't have to be scared of certain things and overcoming his fear like you have seen it in this video. Now you've seen what to do when your horse gets scared of something. It didn't take me that long to get my horse comfortable with a scary object. But keep listening, because there is a much broader context to why it's so important to react like I did. I have just met Jack for the first time when we were filming this video, and the way I reacted when he got scared really shapes his opinion about me, and it really decides how is he going to see me and listen to me in the future. A lot of problems you might have with your horse are simply caused by the lack of respect. Imagine this. You are a little child. You are walking in the mall with your mom. Then all of a sudden you hear shooting, just gunshots. So you panic. But what your mom does is that she asks you what to do. And you start freaking out. You are a child. You expected her to know what to do. Well, what you would learn from this experience is that you have to rely on yourself and you have to be very cautious. Then, when something happens, you have to decide what to do. Now, on the other hand, if the shooting happened and your mom just grabbed you and saved your life, you would start having a lot of respect and trust for her. You would be listening to what she's saying and trusting her much more after that experience. And you would just rely on her in similar situations. The reason why I'm talking about this is that your horse also feels better and much safer with a leader. Your horse wants to listen to a strong leader that will keep him safe. In a horse's world, a rabbit running across the trail can be as scary as a shooting in the mall is for us. If you are going to show some leadership and tell your horse what to do, in, for him, perceivably dangerous situation, he's going to start respecting you and trusting you much more. If you don't react when your horse gets scared, or you just avoid these situations, your horse will realize that he has to rely on himself to stay safe. It's kind of like the human example. You want a strong leader that has proven that he's worthy. When you have a young horse, he's going to start trying what he can and cannot do. Some horses more than others. The reason they do it is to see whether you are a strong leader. They want to get a feel of whether you are strong or weak, whether you can keep them safe or not. Things are unlikely to go wrong when you have your horse's respect and when he trusts you. But when you don't have it, however, they will almost certainly go wrong sooner or later if they didn't already. So now you might think, okay, all I need is respect and trust, and everything will be fine. Yes, getting respect is the first thing you need. If you get respect, solving the individual problems you have will become much easier. You still need to know how to solve those individual problems, but if you have respect, it'll become easy. It's quite easy to get respect of a young horse. However, if you have an older horse that has been challenging you for some time already, it's no longer that easy. The longer your horse misbehaves, the more difficult it'll be to fix it. You can't really get respect by just being harsh. Your horse is stronger than you, and most likely things will just get much worse. It's a bit more complicated than that. You can gain the respect of an older problematic horse without harsh punishments. But you need the right approach. It's not a coincidence that some people just never seem to have any issues with their horse, while others have issues with every single horse they buy. It all boils down to a lot of small things. If you know what to look out for, you don't need to have a huge amount of experience to keep your horse trouble-free, or to fix issues you might be having with your horse. Usually just a very small difference in what you do can make a huge difference to how your horse behaves and perceives you. You will see that in my new videos. I have created a training called Problem Solving and Problem Prevention. It's especially great in two cases. So listen up to see if it's right for you. The first case is if you have a younger horse that might just naturally try to challenge you at some point. It will show you how to tell how much your horse respects you. You will discover how to see all the signs of the issues before they really become bigger issues. It will allow you to have a trouble-free relationship with your horse, and it will show you how to be sort of the hero in your horse's eyes. How to be the one that he believes will keep him safe. You will not only be able to fix any issues before they become real issues, but as your horse respects you more and pays more attention to you, he's also going to learn faster and get scared less. Instead of running away after he gets scared, he will be more likely to just freeze and wait for you to tell him what to do. He will be willing to go to places he would previously never go to otherwise. You will avoid doing all the hidden mistakes that secretly spoil your relationship with your horse and can be quite hard to fix. The training is also good for you if you have an older horse that already has some bad habits. For example, your horse has picked up some bad habits with his previous owner, or he might even be aggressive. I will show you how to work with such a horse, and how to gain his respect and trust. You will discover all the little invisible mistakes that people do that send their horse a very confusing message and make improving very difficult. Most people don't realize those little things and they don't even know that they are really mistakes, but horses, they really watch out for them. You will see how to react when your horse shows aggression. You will see what to expect and how quickly is your horse likely to improve. I will always be working with horses that have real problems. No theory and no trained horses. Just real horses with real problems and real progress achieved with them. Completely explained how. For example, you're going to see a horse that was refusing to leave the stable for around a year. His owner just couldn't get him to leave the other horses and ride away. You'll be surprised by how little was actually needed to completely solve the problem that seemed unfixable for almost a year. For example, you will see how to react when your horse becomes aggressive after you ask him to do something. It might be when you work with him in a round pen, or when you just try to catch him in a pasture and he just doesn't want to get caught. You will see what to do when your horse starts bucking, or when he refuses to move and you want to ride away from the stable. You will discover how to calm down a nervous horse that tends to be too fast. You will see how to discover these problems and solve them when they are still small, and you will also see how to solve them when they already became big. I will show you all my tricks to stay safe when working with an aggressive horse. However, most of the problematic horses are problematic because someone was not able to see all the warning signs. It's easy to solve anything if you can discover it soon enough. Those are just some particular issues you will be able to solve, but mainly you will learn how to become a leader that your horse wants to follow. Now, for who doesn't really need this training? Now, if you have an older horse that you have owned for a long time and you never had any problems with him, you probably don't need this training. You can get it if you are curious, and I'm sure you would love to hang out in our group and chat with me and other members and enjoy all the bonus content. That's of course not just about problem solving, but in general, with an older horse that you have owned for a long time and you don't have any issues with, this might not be the training for you. I had an accident when I fell from a horse when I was young. It made me a bit scared. I started looking for a way to build a nice relationship with my horse. I didn't want him to listen to me because he would be scared of me. And I knew that he would never truly want to listen to me and respect me just because I feed him treats. I wanted my horse to listen to me because he would look up to me as his leader that makes him feel safe. And that's the approach that I create my training with. If you believe that this is the right approach, you will probably like the results you can feel after you follow the advice from my training. You will be able to fix the issues you might be having because you will know how to react and how to correct your horse. Some issues will go away in a matter of minutes. Fixing some other ones will take longer. However, you are always going to be improving. Your horse will be easier and easier to control. Your relationship with him will improve. He will start trusting you and your decisions much more. You will feel confident. Your horse will improve faster than ever before, and issues will be disappearing. Since my training can do this much for you, it would be fair to sell it for around $300, which is for how much other trainings of this class are sold for. However, you're not going to pay $300. I want everyone to be able to afford my trainings. That's why the regular price of this training is $150, which is already very reasonable, but I know that you are my subscriber and I really appreciate that you follow my content and my emails. And that's why I want to give you the training for just $92. Just a single payment of $92 for lifetime access. There are no monthly payments. You get complete lifetime access to over 2 hours of problem solving videos, problem solving ebook, an online horse riding coach, and also access to other members and bonus content in our group. You get all of that within 15 minutes after the payment. To get the training now, just scroll down and click on the green button. Then choose whether you want to pay with PayPal account or with your credit card. Fill out the form and click the button. Your payment will be securely processed and you will be sent an email with access information within a few minutes. Payment is securely encrypted and can be made with 100% confidence, even from a mobile device. Maybe you are wondering, what is the online horse riding coach and the group that I have mentioned that also comes with the training? Let's start with the online horse riding coach. If you have a question or a problem, you can always ask me directly and I will give you advice. You can send me a video and get the same advice you would as if I was actually standing there next to you. My life coaching lessons are not cheap, and this is the absolute cheapest way of getting my personal support. Together with the online horse riding coach, you also get access to our members only private Facebook group. I call it the Invisible Horse Control Association. You'll get lifetime access to the association. In the association, you can share your progress with others, ask me questions, get help, offer your help, and find other members who live nearby. I'm also posting exclusive members group only training videos. I love to talk to other members and I make my videos and content based on what people in the group want the most. By getting the training, you are also going to become a member of a wonderful supportive community. I really like hanging out in a group with everyone and I hope to see you there as well. You can be posting or just watching what others are posting. And to make it an absolute no-brainer, I'm also giving you my 100% no questions asked money back guarantee. If you are for any reason not happy with the training, just let me know and I will give you a complete refund. No hard feelings, no complicated procedures to go through. Just write me an email on radek@invisiblehorsecontrol.com and let me know you want a refund. If you are in an area that has a slower internet connection, you can also get a copy of the training on a DVD. Just click on a button that says order with a DVD. While getting the training on DVDs, you of course also receive complete, lifetime online access. If you want to ask us something or if you encounter any issues, my customer support is at standby, ready to help you. Just write us on our Facebook page or write us an email on radek@invisiblehorsecontrol.com. We do our best to solve any type of issues in under 24 hours. To get the training now, just scroll down and click on the green button. Then choose whether you want to pay with a PayPal account or with your credit card. Fill out the form and click on the button. Your payment will be securely processed and you will be sent an email with access information within a few minutes. Payment is securely encrypted and can be made with 100% confidence even from a mobile device. The cost of a training is a single charge, there are no monthly payments. It's a single payment for a lifetime access. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the members area.
Hello from sunny Australia. My name's Claire and I'm doing this video today as a testimonial to Radek's Invisible Horse Control, which is a series I started with online. I started with the free online videos and realised that I was learning a whole heap of new skills and my horses were responding really well as well to the new skills that I was learning. So I decided to go ahead and purchase the next stage, and I'm so incredibly happy that I did because I feel like I've definitely progressed in my level of riding and also in my relationship with my two horses. I've got two gorgeous horses, both incredibly different temperaments though. This little fella here is Loki, and he's a rescue horse. He's very highly trained, great to ride, but he's a very sensitive horse, so very gentle nature. Whereas Mia, my little Brumby mare here, she comes with a whole lot of Brumby attitude as well. So she really, when I first got her, really tried to dominate me, and in some scenarios that was actually a little bit frightening. So I feel like we've come a really long way through the videos that I've been working with, doing the exercises. We're certainly not perfect, far from perfect yet, aren't we, Mia? But we've definitely moved a long way forward, and I have Radek to thank for that, and Invisible Horse Control. So if you're thinking of purchasing, I can definitely recommend, and hopefully like me you'll find that your horses respond really well and your skill sets improve, and you get to enjoy your four-legged friends just even that little bit more. So thank you, Radek.
Hi, I'm Gina and this is Dee. I wanted to make a quick video and let everybody know that we recently purchased the saddle control program that Radek has as part of his invisible horse control training. And the training has really made a difference for us. I was looking for something to take our riding to the next level, and it has definitely helped that. It's also helping our relationship. So my cues and my expectations for Dee are so much more clear and consistent that she's responding to everything very quickly and very positively. So we're having a blast going through the program, and I just want to thank Radek for having put together all of his knowledge in such an easy to follow and clear manner. I just absolutely love the blueprint, and I look at it every day to see where we're at.
Hi, my name is Marilyn, and this is Victor. He is my 16-year-old off-the-track thoroughbred who I've had since he was about 4 years old. We've had a long journey together. When I look at horse training videos, I like a video that is going to be easy to follow, effective, and also shares the values that I have with regards to respecting the horse, establishing partnership, and not just domination. And I have to say that the videos that I invested in, saddle control, ground control, and precision riding, all offer these qualities. From the get-go, the very first video on ground control, or the first lesson with regards to backing up the horse, even though I've done that before, looking at Radek's method, I have to say that it did make a big difference in terms of Victor's respect for me. And I appreciated the step-by-step process that he goes through to show you every little detail. So I do recommend these videos. They did make a difference, and I hope you give them a try. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Hi Radek, my name's Alison Pighills, and I just wanted to send you a video about the invisible horse control. These are my 4 beautiful horses: Ollie, Spirit here at the barrack, beautiful Dixie and Chelsea. We bought the invisible horse control because my daughter Alicia wants to learn how to ride, and I'm not a good enough teacher to teach her. And we bought saddle control and we bought ground control, and they have been absolutely amazing. Saved us an absolute fortune in horse riding lessons, and Ellie and I are working through the programs. Everything that you've taught us on the videos have absolutely worked. We love the program. We want to get the rest of it, so thank you. Bye.
Hello, this is Elise. I've been using your principles for a few months now. Hope. Back. And this is my off-the-track thoroughbred who has been doing really well with standing quietly. Right now, she's a little bit antsy because it's feeding time. But even with her being antsy, I just wanted to show you how quiet she's become. And I think for me, the best things are that you have made the training easy and I can understand it. And the plan, the training plan that you put in place has been just phenomenal. I've started her on my own, and I just have not known what to do first, what to do second, what to do third. So I've been kind of winging it. And now I've got the plan. It's just in front of me. I can see it. I know what to work on each day. And look at how quiet she stands. Even though it's feeding time, she pretty much is just nice and relaxed. And this is her scary part of the yard, too. She hates it over here. It's really scary for her. So you've made a huge difference in our lives. So thank you. I appreciate it. And I love what you have done. You've helped out the horse world tremendously. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Robin. I have been following Radek's training program for about 2 or 3 months now, and I have found it to be extremely valuable, really helpful. The ebooks and the videos that he provides work together to really get a good, clear picture in my head of what I need to be doing with my horse. He is much more of a greenie than any horse I've ever had before, and it's been a real learning process for me as well as him. And I have found Red X training to be really beneficial. One of the biggest things that I have found to be helpful is that in watching his videos, he is so consistent and so calm. He doesn't get riled up, he doesn't use excessive force. He has very gentle hands, he's not always in the horse's mouth, and he rides like I want to ride. So it's been really great to see the videos and read the books and try to get a feel of how to get a horse to be like that. So I highly recommend the program if you have a horse that is a little bit challenging, or if you just want a more responsive, more reliable horse, which is what I want. And enjoy the program. It's been great. I look forward to using it for months and probably years down the road. Thanks, Red X.
Hello, I'm Liz. I've been riding all of my life, which is a good few years now, so I've had a fair experience of riding. I've considered myself a reasonably good rider until I started to follow Radek's online courses and found there were a few things I was missing or not really understanding. I've been working with my homebred mare, who goes fairly well, but we'd reached a sticking point and I didn't know how to go forward. She often takes control in subtle ways now that I've realised, now that I've looked at these courses. And I discovered what to do when I followed Invisible Horse Control ebooks and videos. It's taken some time, I went right back to the beginning, but it's beginning to pay off. My mare is beginning to focus a little more on me instead of other things and listening more. The courses I found are very clear, they're easy to follow, and they're also easy to dip into a particular section if you need to. You don't need to go back to the beginning of every video if you want to see something that's in the middle. Compared with other online courses that I've looked at, this one is so much better. It's more interesting, it's more relevant to everyday management of your horse and your riding. And there's a variety of horses that Radek works with, so it's not just horses that are already going well. Some of them do have problems, which is illustrated very well.
Hi, I just got Red X Invisible Horse Control a few weeks ago, and it has been fantastic. I can't say enough good things about it. I have a plan that I can follow step by step with each one of my horses. Someday I'll be doing half passes thanks to you, Riddick. Thank you very much.